Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to another mini-sode. Last month and a little bit of this month, we talked about resumes, recruitment, and interviewing in general at any DNR. This month, we will talk to Jeremy Gailey, the division head for the water admin team, about those same topics with a focus on the work that they do on a day-to-day. If you're interested in learning more about how you can explore Nebraska at your day job, continue listening. Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Around the Water Cooler with any DNR. Today it's me, Devin, Alexa, and Jeremy Gailey from our water admin team. Today, to kick it off, we're just gonna keep the same theme of hiring, interviewing, recruitment, those kinds of topics. And since we have a couple open positions for a water admin team, and you guys do a variety of things, we thought it would be interesting to talk to you guys first about your team, hiring, recruitment, that kind of stuff. So, as a hiring manager, what do you look for in potential candidates?
So, with our field offices being located all across the state and more than half of our work being outside of the office, we definitely need people who like to be outdoors. Probably the second most important thing is candidates need to be great communicators, because we oftentimes have to deliver difficult news when conducting water administration and closing junior appropriators. And our job candidates also need to do a good job of communicating and understanding some difficult water law concepts and science, putting that into layman's terms when they're out talking to the public so the public can understand those things.
I feel like those are really good things to look for in anybody at the department,
Sure.
To be honest. Those are good things to know. What makes an applicant stand out to you?
So our ideal candidate would have grown up on a family farm, irrigating with surface water. Those folks are kind of rare anymore. There's not as many kids coming off the farm and going to school. So a good degree for a lot of folks to have would be a water science or an engineering degree would fit well with our job. We also see a lot of candidates with fish and wildlife degrees, biology degrees. We've had people apply with finance degrees before too for some of our jobs, and through the interview process that they showed that they were well versed in the things that we were asking them to do. So it's not always about your degree. Yeah. So candidates that do the best for us after they graduate from college would have had an internship of some sort. So whether it's with our department or NBEE or an NRD, those are all great experiences. Some of the federal agencies would also have internships, but if you can get a summer internship before you graduate, that would really separate you from the crowd.
Yeah, I should also plug that we do offer a lot of opportunity for internships, and if you didn't grow up in the Midwest, but you want that kind of experience and you're going to college here, definitely reach out and see what kind of opportunities are there for you, because we have a lot.
And not just college in Lincoln, if you're going to any college across the state, because the field offices range across the state, definitely reach out.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, sure. We've had candidates and people working for us currently that went to Chadron, Kearney, Wayne State, Colorado State too. But the overarching theme is that they're familiar with the Midwest and familiar with irrigation, or can get there with their internship experiences.
So, say somebody has that internship, they've applied, and you're like, wow, they're so great. What is it like working for one of your teams? I know that there's a lot of, varying aspects because you have field offices all over the state. Can you kind of talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so every area is kind of different. So we've got coverage in 5 different field offices across the state. So we're in the Sand Hills in western Nebraska, in the Republican River Basin, and then our Lincoln field office covering southeast Nebraska is in Lincoln. So we have a little bit more urban experience here out of our Lincoln field office. But our work is generally seasonal. So in the beginning of the spring, we assist our dam safety section with low and significant hazard dams. So we'll be out in the field doing those inspections from March, April, May, June, on depending upon the weather in good years. Then during the summertime, our workload really transitions to water administration and irrigation management. So we'll have folks outfitted with a tablet and a number of our data collection devices to go out, and we try to look at every single irrigation right across the state to make an observation on to what crops are growing there, if the irrigation right was set up or not. And then we all record that data digitally, and we use that to further our adjudication process that happens then again in the fall when we're doing those field investigations. And another thing that we do throughout the year, and some field offices do this more than others, is measure and maintain our stream gauging network. So we have about 250 gauges all across the state, and we measure each of those at least monthly to make sure that they're all calibrated so we have the best data to make the best decisions when we're doing water administration and for future planning purposes when we're out there. So that takes a fair amount of our work on an annual basis. And then when we get down to the end of the year, the calendar year, when it's a little bit colder outside, we do our final annual review of all those records in the December, January, February time period to make sure that we can close the book on another water year when we're assessing our records.
Awesome. So I just want to reiterate that there's a lot of flexibility within the work itself, but then probably in the work schedule, location across the state, and everything as well.
We do, for sure. Kind of mentioned our workload is seasonal. So when we're out during the water administration season, one of the questions we ask our folks is if they can work overtime or on weekends if the need arises. If we have a really difficult water administration season, it doesn't happen very often, but you need to be ready to do that. So our folks would need to be ready to do that. And some of our staff members who have been here different times of the years, we've particularly with the pandemic, we've allowed them to work from home. So basically their office is their truck now, but those are folks that would have worked here for some time and got completely trained and well versed on what they're doing before that. But helps us have better coverage throughout the state by having those folks work remotely though too. So it's a win-win for the department and the employee.
Yeah, that's a really good point. A lot of people did go remote and are hybrid after the pandemic, and that is one of the greatest benefits of working at DNR. So if you're interested in that, definitely check out our new page that we have on our website. Alexa, do you want to do a little plug for that since you just got that up and running?
I guess so. So if you go to our homepage and you scroll down in the middle of the page, it says join our team. And you can see the benefits to working for DNR. You can also submit your resume up there, but you can also see the open positions, permanent positions, and then internship opportunities as well.
And we are not on short supply of any internship opportunities. So if you guys are really interested in that, definitely check that out. Jeremy, one final question for you before we let you into the wild. Again. Any words for folks who might be interested but may not feel confident enough to apply?
Go and apply. We encourage everyone who thinks they might have an interest in that position to reach out for us. And when we get our applicants in, we do a ranking of all the candidates, and based on your history, your resume, experiences, your internships, we'll schedule an interview for you. We probably interview more people than a lot of divisions typically would, because we like to give people that experience of going through that interview and hopefully learn something from them, and they can learn something from us then too. No, if you're from Lincoln or Omaha in an urban setting and you're wondering whether or not this job would be for you, please apply yet. We've hired lots of people from urban areas and put them to work out in the field then too, and it's been great for both of us.
So in other words, just do it.
Yep, just do it.
Right. Well, thank you so much for joining us again, Jeremy. You're a special guest. You've been on like 5 episodes now or something crazy. Yeah, so thank you again for your time. And I think break time is over.
Yeah, break time's over.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you.